American Oystercatcher, Dana Point, California, and the Jehl Index, November 18th, 2023. An American-type oystercatcher has been at Dana Point, California the last few weeks. It was found by Tyler Greenlee and presumably the same bird refound a few weeks later by Dawn Garcia. With the help of John this morning, I was able to find the bird and then be able to photograph it. I'm going to show you a short video. The bird was not on the long jetties this morning. It was actually on the rocks along the harbor island. There were overcast conditions, not great for filming this morning. It started out with a light rain. This was taken probably about 8 o'clock this morning. And you'll see that on the front is going to be the Black Oystercatcher. And on the back is the American Oystercatcher. Pretty neat. The bird was actively feeding. It looked like it was feeding on limpets, very small limpets. Very interesting. So there's been an online discussion as to whether this bird is a hybrid with some American and some Black Oystercatcher genes. For some reason, birders want to know that. An index by Jehl, not really meant to discriminate hybrids, is at the core of the discussion. The index itself and the scoring can be found at Joe Moreland's website, and I will repeat this in the show notes, that address. There's a critical discussion on the index. Its use and misuse can be found at that address there. Two birders for the local Orange County birding group have computed the index for this bird based on online photographs. They probably based their scores on different photo samples. Presumably an index of 30 or more indicates an American oystercatcher, as you would observe in Mexico, and the two birders came up with indexes of 30 and 31. However, the two birders differ on 6 of the 10 coloration feature scores on the index. If the high numbers for each character from the two birders were summed, it would equal an index of 34. If the low numbers for each character were summed, it would equal 27. I'm going to include some of my photos concentrating on the tail and wings necks, which might, or might not, clarify scoring those areas. Some are photos and some are frames from videos. I'll then finish with a video of the bird this morning feeding at Dana Point, California. So we'll start with, this looks like it's the frame from that opening video. Its wings are spread apart. The Black Oystercatcher is in the front. This was brightened 20% and cropped the frame. Most of these, I might crop the image, but this is the only one I really brightened. Here's another one. I think this was actually a photograph. A view of the underside of the wings and that wing stripe. And you can see that small limpet that it was feeding on. Doing quite well. Here is a view of the rear of the bird. Gives some indication of that. Another view. This is probably from a video frame. And we'll finish with a feeding video. Very cooperative. I was really surprised we got so close to it. Most people are seeing this on the jetties, and it was a real privilege to be able to see it basically right in front of us. So if you haven't seen the bird, go out and get to see it. It's really a neat animal. So that's been another of my JDW talks. I have YouTube talks on genealogy topics, census resources, Ellis Island immigration, natural history topics, virtual birding field trips, especially in Orange County, birding optics and OC birds, and miscellaneous stuff like novelty zithers and biology songs. So have fun, get out there, bird if you can.